Okay, so fetch. I totally forgot to do this stuff. Okay, first off we need uh. Okay, now you should only be able to hear me in one side, which is good. Now I should be extremely quiet for you guys. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're gonna just crank this crap up. Is that better? Well, that should be, yeah, that's totally fine without any background noise or anything, so. Cool. Sweet. Let's boost it a little more. Let me bring it to a 15 decibels. Ba-da! Ba-da! Oh, that's too loud. 13 decibel boost? Ba-da! Ba-da! Okay, there we go. Hey, I'm back. Virtual is back, baby. Back, 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 back. Alright. So, no one currently has joined chat, which is not surprising whatsoever. I mean, what do you expect when you go on a 1 month hiatus from streaming? You come back with this. I've been looking fine over here. Hey, we got some Twitch inversion going on here. And inversion inception. Okay, so no one's here yet, so I'm not gonna bother explaining anything. I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay. Slap that record button, make sure everything is working just fine. Slap that record button, make sure everything is working just fine. It is in fact working just fine. August 15th, the year 6028, 5:53 p.m. Blurp. Okay, I've not read the script. This was an intentional decision so I could, experience the story as you guys were doing it. So I've currently, let's see, what page is this? I'm on page 48, 49 out of 55. But I got other stuff I need to work on this project. So, August 15th, as a journal entry. I've already done that one. I think. July 29th, 6028, 3:47. Yes. Yeah, that was just a recording that I did earlier. Dope. Alright, let's let the record button. My days have just been I should read this first. Let's read this first real quick. Hold on, that's a better idea. Let's see. My days have just been a series of boring and repetitive activities, and the others seem to agree. So we decided that tomorrow we'll be going to the market to buy some items to distract us from our insatiable boredom. Okay. I've been thinking about redecorating my pouch since it's been starting to get a little rusty and worn out. So there's that. Artemis wants to get some more paint. Probably get some fake tattoos to flex on us. Ha, get wrecked. Winchell wants a new dagger since hers broke a few days ago when she was sharpening it. And Seagrass wants some new scarves. That's the word scarves. Let's make that a bit easier. Make that a bit easier to read. New scarves since theirs has been getting a bit dirty. We're all just very excited since the Skywing Kingdom has a reputation for having great items for sale. I remember that Seth told me about the time that they ended up going to the Skywing Kingdom for a school project and came back with way more than needed. Oh, how I miss them. I haven't been able to write to them in a while since I ran out of extra parchment paper, so I'll definitely get that when we're in town. Cool, I've read it all. Sweet. My days have just been a series of boring, repetitive activities, and the others seem to agree. So we've decided that tomorrow we'll be going to the market to buy some items to distract us from our insatiable boredom. I've been thinking about redecorating my pouch since it's been starting. Language. I've been thinking about redecorating my pouch since it's been starting. English. Hold up, I need some water. I've been thinking about redecorating my pouch since it's been starting to get a little rusty and worn out. So there's that. Artemis wants to get some more paint. Probably to go get some fake tattoos to flex on us. Winchell wants a new dagger since hers broke a few days ago when she was sharpening it. And Seagrass wants some new scarves since theirs have been getting dirty. We're all just very excited since the Skywing Kingdom has a reputation for having great items for sale. I remember that Seth told me about that time that they ended up going to the Skywing Kingdom for a school project. I ran out of breath there. Oh, hey, Mecha Cat, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just gonna scrap this recording and restart. My days have just been a series of boring and repetitive activities, and the others seem to agree. So, we've decided that tomorrow we'll be going to the market to buy some items to distract us from our insatiable boredom. I've been thinking about redecorating my pouch, since it's been starting to get a little rusty and worn out, so there's that. Artemis wants to get some more paint, probably to go get some fake tattoos to flex on us. Windchill wants a new dagger since hers broke a few days ago when she was sharpening it, and Seagrass wants some new scarves since theirs have been getting dirty. We're all just very excited since the Skywing Kingdom has a reputation for having great items for sale. I remember that Seth told me about the time that they ended up going to Skywing Kingdom for a school project and came back with way more than needed. Oh, how I miss them. I haven't been able to write them in a while since I ran out of extra parchment paper, so I'll definitely get that when we're in town. Alright, that didn't sound that bad. Boost this audio by 5, so it'll be a bit easier for me to hear. And you guys cannot hear desktop audio, I just realized. Can you? August 15th. Okay, you guys can't. Year 6028, 5:53 p.m. My... Alright. PM. Alright, so something else that I'm just going to point out here is that I was scrolling here, and you guys can hear it quite clearly. Hear that little... Yeah, that's me scrolling. Anyway, I'm not worried too much about these intros, because right now I'm just using that as a marker, because the intros got all over the place in how I was recording them, so it didn't go very well. So I'll just do them all at once at the end. 8:53 p.m. My days have just... There's a click here I want to remove, though. Just gonna silence that to make it a bit easier for any, My days have just been a series of boring and repetitive activities. Oh, gosh. My days have just been a series of boring and repetitive activities. Need more water. Others seem to agree. So, we've... Clicks! I hate them. So, we've decided that tomorrow we'll be going to the market to buy some items to distract us from our insatiable boredom. I've been thinking about redecorating my pouch, since it's been starting to get a little rusty and worn out, so there's that. Artemis wants to get some more paint. That was significantly louder than I meant it to be. Let's drop that down by a couple decibels. With boredom. I've been thinking about... Is that a... Boredom. I've been thinking about redecorating my pouch, since it's been starting to... That's a juicy silence. Let's go ahead and mute that. Since it's been starting to get a little rusty and worn out, so there's that. Artemis wants to get some more paint, probably to go get some fake tattoos to flex on us. Windchill wants a new dagger since hers broke a few days ago when she was sharpening it, and Seagrass wants some new scarves since theirs have been getting dirty. We're all just very excited since the Skywing Kingdom has a reputation for having great items for sale. I remember that Seth told me about the time that they ended up going to Skywing Kingdom for a school project and came back with way more than needed. Oh, how I miss them. I haven't been able to write them in a while since I ran out of extra parchment paper, so I'll definitely get that when we're in town. Yo, 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 welcome 2K to the stream. How do you do this fine evening? Hey! I did not... Oh, fetch. I made a whole new scene and stuff, and I completely forgot to, move over stream notifications. Give me a second. It's been a little bit. Hey, there it has. Sound alert, grab that. Subscriber, viewer count, top of them are sound alerts. The whole shebang. Stream notifications. all these things. Okay, cool. Copy those into this scene. Okay. Slide these down here. Thank you, 2K. You're awesome. Ah. Okay. See if I can move this down here. Oh, I totally forgot something else. Whoops. Oh, you oh, nice. Over a year. Yeah, it has been. A drink! I shall grab one. Oh. Alright, let's try this again. Hey, okay, that plays well. How are the audio levels for you guys? That sound fine to you? Let me see. It's a bit loud. It might, like the, what do you mean it is? It might also be that there's nothing going on stream, so there's a lot of silence to compare it to. Okay, let's try sound like train. Is this one the one that was too loud, or the subscription one that was too loud? What? Seriously? Oh, come on. The sub one. Okay, sub one, yeah. There's not a whole lot I can do about that one. Are you sure? Because, okay, so OBS is telling me that I'm hitting around negative 10 decibels, 15 and a negative 10, and that one peaked around negative 15. Is it really that different to you for you guys? Ah, fetch. Dang it. Okay, well, let's see if I can... Wait. 1 second. Give me a minute. See if I can, sound alerts. It would be under sound alerts. Yeah. My alerts. No, wait. Okay, it's not gonna be... It's on Streamlabs. That's where I can adjust it. Okay. Login with Twitch. Yes. Yada, yada, yada. It's terrible for you, 2K? Ah, my bad. Don't worry. You'll get to hear it several more times. Okay, so let's drop that a bit. Save settings. Okay, test subscription. How's that sound? Oh, okay, yeah, that didn't change at all. That volume change didn't affect me at all. Did that affect you guys at all? Hello, chat. Seriously? I dropped it from 50% to... Okay, a very drastic change here. Go for this. Now it's... Okay, cool. But it does tell me that the slider is in fact working. Alright, I upped it a little bit because it was literally at 2%. How does that sound? And a reminder that this is because there's absolute silence, there's nothing else going on. So it's really obvious when it's very loud. No, that one was louder than the previous one. The previous one was at, it's like 2 or 5%. That one was at 20%. So how was that last one sounding? Compare it relative to my voice. Was it good, bad? That was what? This. You're saying this. How does this one sound? Should it go louder or softer relative to my voice? Louder or softer relative to my voice? It should go louder. Okay. Up it a little bit. How does that one sound? That one's good? Okay. Sweet. I will leave it at that. Okay. Close out Chrome. Don't need that. Okay, we did this entry. So now we're on this one, August 16th. Is there any other pressing concerns that need to be dealt with before I move on to the next section? No, there is not any pressing concerns. Sweet. Back to our W edition. Cool. Alright, we're on the left. August 16th, the year 6028, 6:14 p.m. What the frick just happened? Oh! 2K? Much obliged. Thank you so much for gifting a sub. And why was it the wrong... Oh, no. Why wasn't it the, Why is gifting a sub different from... Finding problems is all accurate. Okay. It's not gonna be under donations. There's resub message settings, not gifting. Where's gifting? Wow. Dang. That's impressive. I very much appreciate the monetary income. It's not enough. Hold up. All right. Are you gonna be challenging death here, 2K? Yeah, I don't see any. Okay, looks like I can't change the gifting settings. Lame. Yeah, I mean, what? That's what? Is that 20? That's like 25. I am still recording in Adobe Audition. I was not aware of that. But we'll just delete and restart, and that's fine. August 16th, the year 6028, 6:14 p.m. Today was surprisingly pleasant. Everyone got what they wanted, and we had fun running around and getting whatever we needed. I decided to do some embroidery on my pouch, so I got a bunch of colored silk to weave into the thick leather of my carrier. And no, I did not frick, that's a didn't. And no, I didn't forget the parchment paper, so I'll be able to write Seth today. I can't wait to talk to them again. Anyways, I have the pouch to embroider, so I have to go now. Voice acting top tier. I appreciate it. I gotta restart this one. Actually, August 16th, the year 6028, 6:14 p.m. Let's see. I think I wanted to redo the last line. Anyways, I have the pouch to... I want a bit more energy for that last line. Anyways, I have the pouch to embroider, so I have to go now. How does it all sound? August 16th, the year 6028, 6:14 p.m. Today... Okay, this is all very juicy. I don't know why my computer's so loud right now. Probably because I'm streaming, but, you know. Today was surprisingly pleasant. Everyone got what they wanted, and we had fun running around and getting whatever we needed. I decided to do some embroidery on my pouch, so I got a bunch of colored silk to weave into the thick leather of my carrier. And no, I did not frick, that's a didn't. And no, I didn't forget the parchment paper, so I'll be able to write Seth today. I can't wait to talk to them again. Anyways, not frick, that's a didn't. So I got a bunch of
what are you woeing about?
to weave into the thick leather of my carrier. And no, I didn't forget the parchment paper, so I'll be able to write Seth today. I can't wait to talk to them again. Anyways, I have a pouch embroider, so I have to go now.
I appreciate it, 2K. Thank you.
Needs to be 36, not 26. Close this entry. New entry. Entry
37. You guys have any questions? Shoot. Nightbot just shot a question. Thank you. Got a game you want me to play? Add it to my suggestion box. Wow, I haven't looked at that thing in ages. I've not looked at that thing in ages. I've just been kind of... Because I've got games I want to play that I haven't been paying a lot of attention to. Anyway, next entry. August 20th. The year 6028, 2:32 p.m.
After a lot of hard work, I finally finished my pouch. Wow, it's 4 days. I sewed a bunch of floral patterns onto its side and the straps. No, bad pattern. Bad rhythm there.
You make me want a VA, but I'm trash.
Takes practice.
August 20th. The year 6028, 2:32 p.m.
After a lot of hard work, I finally finished my pouch. I sewed a bunch of floral patterns onto its side and the straps, so now it has a burst of color on it. Right, the author used the color of... Jeez. COLOUR. Ah, gosh. Ugh. Makes me feel weird. Anyway. It looks really nice. I bet Seth would have loved it. The others seem to approve, except for Seagrass, who deems that it has way too much color. But they do appreciate the intricate shapes. I think it looks great personally. It's nice to finally do something for once. Luckily though, now I just have to polish it and then I'll be done. After that, Artemis said that he wanted to play a game with us, which honestly concerns me since his games are mostly just set up for disaster, but we obliged nonetheless. I do hope that we get to return to the Stronghold soon though. I miss Lucid and Rowan's song, and I've been debating whether or not I should send them a letter. I miss Lucid and Rowan's song, and I've been debating whether or not I should send them a letter. Alright. Trim time.
Yes.
August 20th.
Color.
The
British.
year 6028, 2:32 p.m. After a lot of hard work, I finally finished my pouch. I sewed a bunch of floral patterns onto its side and the straps, so now it has a burst of color on it. Right, the author used the color of... Jeez. COLOUR. Ah, gosh. Ugh. Makes me feel weird. Anyway. It looks really nice.
Delete all that. Make sure the spacing is
So
right.
now it has a burst of color on it.
Or at
It
least
looks really
passable.
nice. Color on it. It looks really...
Swear
side
hard
and the
click there.
straps. So now it has a burst of color on it. It looks really nice.
It's
I
fine.
bet Seth would have loved it. The others seem to approve, except for Seagrass, who deems that it has way too much color. But they do appreciate...
I feel that's a bit long. Let's
Who
cut
deems
that
that
out.
has way too much color. But they do appreciate the intricate shapes. I think it looks great personally. It's nice to finally do...
Okay, that's a very awkward breath. Not one I really wanted to leave in. So we're just going to silence that and move on.
It's nice to finally do something for once. Luckily...
Oh, yeah. You guys hear that?
Once.
Here, I'll jack up the silence here.
It's nice to finally do something for once.
Gosh, the mouth noises. Ugh.
Finally do something
Make me
for
cringe.
Once. Luckily...
Did you hear it?
It's...
The silence here, the, Those sounds, they're awful. I hate them in my audio.
It's nice to finally do something for once. Luckily... Luckily though, now I just have to polish it and then I'll be done. After that, Artemis said that he wanted to play a game with us, which honestly concerns me since his
that would
games
help.
are mostly just set up
Max
for
volume
disaster,
would definitely help.
but we obliged nonetheless. I do hope that we get to return to the Stronghold soon though. I miss Lucid and Rowan's song, and I've been debating whether or not I should send them a letter.
Jeez, yeah,
I
my
miss
noise
Lucid
floor
and
right now
Rowan's
is
song.
high.
I've been debating whether or not I should send them a letter.
Because for some reason my computer's got its fans are running quite a bit right now, and I don't know why.
Soon though.
My noise floor is not normally this high. So if you see, I'll just record a bit. You see how this bar is always on screen down here? Even a little bit? Yeah, normally when I record, it's just completely gone. Feedback, no. Noise floor is basically the lowest on screen. Hello! Who just... Fetch, where's my Twitch so I can see who just followed me? Here. Corrupted Angel, welcome to the stream. How you doing? And perchance, do I know you at all, or are you just a stranger stopping by? Thank you for joining the Just Chat and stream of me of voice acting. Right, anyway. And I've been debating whether or not I should send them. Oh, they're from your server. No. I miss Lucid and Rowan's song, and I've been debating whether or not I should send them a letter. Okay. Your 2K's bestie, you hope. Well, hopefully they agree with you on that. Next entry. Gosh, that sneeze took forever. What are you, VA? This is just a narrator. Just a narrator role. Oh, I totally forgot to share my Fiverr with y'all. Let's see if I can find it. I haven't updated it in a while. Should be able to find it on here. Good. Ah, here I am. Why? Jeez, holy crap. Okay, can I... Is there a share button for this page? Drop to 160p? I haven't actually got any business out of this. People have talked to me. One person reached out to me at one point, but they didn't want to work with Inside Fiverr, and I didn't really want to do anything. Yeah, give me a second. The link. Ah, gotcha. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, Corrupted Angel. Okay, for anyone curious, this is my Fiverr account. It needs updating. And then post this in chat. Why didn't it let me? The fetch? I want it. Let's try here. Why can't I? I've just lost the ability to copy? What the frick? Okay, now it's working. There, that took a bit more work than was necessary. And you've been subbed for 13 months, and there's a reason for that. I appreciate you, 2K. I do. Dang, can't believe a year ago was when I was streaming Dark Souls 3. That was fun. Elden Ring isn't near as fun. There aren't as many people interacting. Okay. Okay. Left one. September 27th, the year 6028, 8:12 p.m. We finally know when we can return home. After October 15th, we'll be able to return and continue our lives as normal. Apparently, it has something to do with flames. Gosh, that was not... Ah, my nose. Apparently, it has something to do with flames. I'm kind of concerned, but Winchell keeps telling me not to be such a worrywart. I know deep down she's worried as well, so I won't argue. But we all know that anything to do with fire will probably end up in ruins. Hopefully Rowan's song and Lucid will be alright. Alright. Oh, well, Corrupted Angel, thank you for being willing to stick around. But, no buts. Congrats, you can advertise my Fiverr. Imagine hearing the narrator sniffling while listening to serious dialogue. September 27th, the year 6028, 8:12. Yeah, really hit that sniffle. We finally know when we can return home. At 12 p.m. We finally know when we can return home. After October 15th, we'll be able to return and continue our lives. I blow my nose. Apparently, it has something to do with flames. Gosh, that was not... Ah, my nose. Apparently... Oh. You'd be like if that was in the actual game. Oh, just... Oh, think of a quick, narrator sketch I can do for you guys.
Born in a lowly village, deep in the winter mountains, ice falls down, and a baby is born. Sorry guys, recording this in the middle of a cold. I want to do some method acting, so if you look outside, there's snow. Anyway, back to the story. The baby was just recently born. His name was Thor. Thor was born to Odin.
You guys like that? Yeah, snow outside. Yeah, I was. Hey. Yes, Thor boned Odin. Don't question it.
It has something to do with flames. I'm kind of concerned. And continue our lives as normal. Apparently, it has something to do with flames. I'm kind of
Don't question it, corrupted angel.
But Winchell keeps telling me not to be such a worrywart. I know deep down she's
This is
worried
just
as
chatting.
well, so
Anything
I
goes.
won't argue. But we all know that anything to do with fire will probably end up in ruins. Hopefully, Rowan Song and Lucid will be all right.
Into the story? Absolutely not. I have no. No. All right, this one's good. You guys are welcome to clip it and do stuff as you want with it. Well, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Give me some more money. That's gonna be the script.
Thor boned Odin.
October 17th, the year 6028, 1:23 p.m. Wait, hold up. I should read this first. He's dead? Pardon me? He's dead? Okay, 1 second. Let's stop recording.
He's dead. Roadsong has perished in the flames. I can barely feel anything. I'm so emo right now. I still can't believe he's dead. Lucid had lost their voice when they fell and slit their throat. Wish I could join them, but they somehow survived.
Ha! Bad knife. Use a sharper one next time. The only things left of Rowan Song were his earring and his veil. The teardrop-shaped gem of the earring was fractured when it hit the ground. Lucid decided to keep the veil, and he gave the earring to me. I will never take this off. Rowan Song deserves to be remembered, so I've decided to get another tattoo. One of the sunflower he and Lucid helped me plant. Winchell and Lucid seem to support my decision, and Winchell told me she'll be there with me when I do it. I know it'll go well, but I'm glad she'll be there. I think I'm going to take a break from writing for a little while. Maybe I'll write on my birthday, but... Oh, right, frick, her birthday's like November or something. Just can't right now. Make me feel whenever I think of Rowan Song. Anyway, yeah, so this is a journal. I should clarify a bit. This is the journal of a very tortured young dragon who has gone through crap in life. And you know what? Crap happens. And they decided to join a cult. And now they're the ones doing the crap. Rowan Song is the person that initiated them. And they're the only person aside from their cousin, Seth, you would have heard their name earlier, that actually liked this person. Like the main character. A young dragon. Yeah, if you guys have heard the Wings of Fire series, this is a fan fiction based on that. Yeah, so apparently there's a massive RP server called PPAU. That's the acronym. I don't actually know what it stands for. Pyria Pantala Alternate Universe? Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, this was a character that they submitted. And they got accepted to be able to roleplay in the series. In their Discord. And they just went ham on the background. And I helped them edit it and gave them ideas and things. I had no input on the cults and stuff, but I had input on other things, and they really enjoyed my input. And I figured, you know what? I want to improve my voice acting abilities. Let me do this for you. And so I did. I am doing that. I also formatted this, made it into this journal with actual flipbooks and stuff. This is the original version that they made. It's the one in the Discord. I didn't have any. Yes, I did not. I had no say in the Colts. So this all part right here, I have not heard about. I have not read before. Others have. Not others. The original author obviously did. What am I saying? I'm an idiot. Even I didn't put the Colts, even though my dedicated subscribers treat this channel like a cult. What? No, you wouldn't do that. Yes, you would. Anyway, yeah, you're welcome to read the whole book on the whole journal entry on your own. Link is in the published comment, published message. Hopefully there'll be. I want to do something with them, make a video out of this or something at some point, but that'll be up to them. You want to sub so badly, but money? I appreciate it. Yeah. I appreciate it, Corrupted Angel. I stumble and trip over my words all the time. It's frustrating. He's dead. Roland's song has perished in the flames. I can barely feel anything. I still can't believe he's dead. Lucid had lost their voice when they fell. That is incorrect grammar for so many reasons. I need to get that fixed. You got a life instead of advertising. Oh. You're helping someone else's life. I appreciate it, as I've mentioned many times before. I'm gonna let the author know. Let's see, that I am not saying had here. Forget it. If only it had been right. Hello. A drink! A toast! What is this, October 17th? What year? 1628. For the... Here. Overall, because I never actually helped them trim this up and make sure the wording flowed a bit better. The cult stuff has had some issues where the wording's been a bit difficult to work over. But this is the first time it's been, like, actually not. It just doesn't function very well. Give me a second. I gotta edit that real quick in my copy. The copy that looks like this. This Francis Schmanchinosh. I won't have time to... It's a bit complicated to get it into this flipbook format. So I'll do one final version at the end. You gonna go on a trip with a friend soon? Oh, where? And do you like that friend?
He's dead. Rowan Song has perished in the flames. I could... Oh, wait. I can barely feel anything. Should I just go for, like, deadpan emotion here? Yeah. Deadpan shocked. He's dead. Rowan Song has perished in the flames. I could barely feel anything. I still can't believe he's dead. Lucid had lost their voice when they fell and slit their throat, but they somehow survived. The only things left of Rowan's song were his earring and his veil. Though the teardrop-shaped gem of the earring was fractured when it hit the ground, Lucid decided to keep the veil, and he gave the earring to me. I'll never take this off. Rowan's song deserves to be remembered, so I've decided to get another tattoo. One of the sunflower he and Lucid helped me plant. Winchell and Lucid seemed to support my decision. And Winchell told me that she'll be there with me when I do it. I know it'll go well, but I'm glad she'll be there. I think I'm gonna take a break from writing for a little while. Maybe I'll write on my birthday, but I just can't right now. The aching I feel whenever I think of Rowan's song is too much to handle for all of us. Whew, that was a doozy. Norway. You like the friend, you're one of your many, many crushes, and you'll be heading to Norway. Ooh. Their heart belongs to one of their exes, though. Oh, gosh, that sucks. I hope they get over it. Like, I'm happy you plan to get over that, but they need to get over if they need to get over their ex. Like, I'm sorry, once you break up, just move on. Coming from someone with no dating advice, no dating experience.
October
whatsoever.
17th, the year 6028, 1:23 p.m.
He's dead.
October 17th, the year 6028, 1:23 p.m.
Thank you. Thank you. He's dead. Rowan's song has perished in the flames. It's actually a bit too loud. Drop that a decibel.
October 17th, the year 6028,
single.
1:23.
Okay. You wanna know how I'm single? It's because every girl I ask is already taken. Or unavailable for other reasons. Literally all the girls that I'm interested are serving missions for my church, which I am delaying right now for personal reasons. And the other girl already has a boyfriend. So, you know. Yo, welcome, Roran. You just... Wow, perfect timing.
Yeah.
He's dead. Rowan's song has perished in the flames. I could barely feel anything. I still can't believe he's dead. Lucid had lost their voice when they fell and slipped
She's
their
almost
throat,
out of water.
but they somehow survived.
Drink so much water on your voice
The
acting.
only things left of Rowan's song were his earring and his veil.
You've been here for a while.
Though the teardrop
Why haven't you
shaped gem of
talked?
the earring was fractured and hit the ground. Lucid decided to keep the veil, and
True,
he gave
2K
the
was
earring
here
to
for a
me.
while. They were not my first.
I'll
Mecca was my first,
never
which is
take
odd.
this off. Rowan's song deserves to be remembered, so I've decided to get another tattoo. One of the sunflower he and Lucid helped me plant. Winchell and Lucid seemed to support my decision. And Winchell told me that she... Whoa, Roran, welcome! And... Oh, I already welcomed you, but thank you. Thank you for the subscription. Subscribed with Prime and for 5 months. Nice. You haven't subbed for 5 months. Your current partner lives in the U.S. Okay. Wait, hold up. Your current partner lives in the U.S., but you're going on a trip with a crush. Hi, how you doing? Rowan's song deserves to be. Jeez, that massive click. Alright, get rid of that. Rowan's song Rowan's song deserves to be remembered better.
Not cheating. Hey,
Rowan's song.
I didn't accuse. I didn't accuse. For the record, I did not accuse.
Rowan's song deserves to be remembered.
Sounds better.
So, I just had to get another tattoo. One of the sunflower he and Lucid helped me plant.
Corrupted
Winchell and
Whoopty.
Lucid
Oh, they're
seem to
both
support my
corrupted? Oh,
decision.
nice.
Winchell and Lucid seem to support my decision, and Winchell told me that she'll be there with me when I do it. I know it'll go well.
Okay, I swear I completely got distracted. There's a duplicate thing in here somewhere.
So the teardrop-shaped gem of the earring was fractured and hit the ground.
You need to get
Lucid
10k
decided
points
to
you can
keep the
join in.
veil, and he gave the earring to me. I'll never take this off.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I have that.
Rowan's song deserves to be remembered.
Channel point
so-
reward.
I just had to get another tattoo. One of the sunflower he and Lucid helped me
I
plant.
don't think it's okay.
Winchell
I mean,
and
it's not
Lucid
kissing.
seemed to support my decision. Winchell and Lucid seemed to...
Aha, here it is. Here's the duplicate.
I just had to get another tattoo. One of the sunflower he and Lucid helped me plant.
Well, we're all diving deep into Corrupted Angel's love life here. Oh boy.
One
But
of
you didn't
the
expect to be
sunflower
picked
he and
apart when you
Lucid
came on
helped
stream
me
today.
plant. Winchell and Lucid seemed to support my decision, and Winchell told me that she'll be there with me when I do it. I know it'll go well, but I'm glad she'll be there. I think I'm gonna take a break from...
Gosh, just
I know it'll go well,
the chat right now.
but I'm glad she'll be there. I think I'm gonna take a break from writing for a little while. Maybe I'll write on my birthday, but I just can't right now. The aching I feel whenever I think of Rowan's song is too much to handle for all of us.
All right, this one's done. Okay, for reference, I'm Mormon, and so we get so much crap about polygamy in the late 1800s, and so hearing you guys talk about this is just like, oh boy, times have changed. Like, jeez, my church got so much crap about it. Ooh, this one's a 2-pager. What am I using to record? I just got Adobe Audition up and running. At least I'm not a jerk. Well, of course, you know me. I'm not a jerk. Interesting. Okay. Adobe Audition. Yeah. Use Audacity. Audacity's, I think it's fine as a free software, especially if you don't want to go and do something illegal. Nothing. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's totally fine for someone that isn't going hardcore into the career. And it's great for just recording something, splicing a few things, and then moving on. Yeah, I didn't say anything about pirates. I don't know what you're talking about. November 6th, the year 6028, 5:17 p.m.
Today's my birthday, but I'm not as happy as I should be. It's almost been a month since Rowan's song died, and I can't get him off my mind. Though my friends seem to be trying to make me feel better, I just can't manage to truly feel happy, even with the small grin on my face. I got a bunch of gifts, but none of them actually made me feel any kind of excitement. Except for one. Lucid showed me something that Rowan's song had bought as a gift for me while I was out on my first assassination mission. And that he planned to give it to me, but he clearly couldn't now. When I opened it, I couldn't contain my tears. It was the same earring that Rowan's song used to wear. The same one I'm currently wearing to honor his memory. It seemed like he would have wanted me to match with him regardless of life or death. It came with a note filled with kind words, and a set of 3 made me drop everything.
Do I do this in Rowan song voice or in Dreamkeeper voice? Now this will be a Dreamkeeper voice since this is her journal. Why is Archivus Kane in the chat? Hold up, what's going on here? Archivus Kane. You heard assassination attempt and you're like, what the hell is going
A
on?
note filled with kind words and a set of 3 made me drop everything.
Yeah, so this is the tortured journal. This is not torture journal. The journal of a tortured dragon.
Do I?
And they joined a cult, and you know, cults they're dubious actions. Okay, so
It came with a note filled with kind.
I'm gonna start here.
It came with a note filled with kind words, and a set of 3 made me drop everything. I love you. Oh, how I miss him. I crumbled down into Lucid's arms and immediately placed the new earring on my other ear. Though this one was much cleaner and wasn't missing a shard, it still made me look a lot more mature. Fitting since I've aged by a year. Overall, today was a day filled with tears, both happy and sad. Lucid and I decided to end the day by watching the sunset with the sunflower we all planted together. It was a real tear fest, but one that'll mark me for the rest of my life. Rowan's song is what got me to join the cult, but the cult is what killed Rowan's song. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm almost scared of what could happen. To Lucid, to the others, to me. It's all a confusing blur of fear and anxiety. I did end up getting the sunflower tattoo. It was Windchill's gift for me. I put it on my right wrist so that I'd always remember him when I wrote in you. Rest in peace, Rowan Song. You deserve the moons and more.
Whew, now that was a journal entry. Rowan, if you want to know more, I did post the link to the Google Doc that I ended up copying and formatting to make it look like this. And that one will have, it's the whole journal entry. You can read that start to finish. Anyone want to assist you in making an SCP? No, not really. Anyone want to see your old one? No, not really. I'm on stream. Tearfest? You don't know how you feel about that? What do you mean? How does Dragon get a tattoo? On the bottom is everything. I don't. Well, first off, you can dye scales. You can. The same way you stain anything else. Oh, gosh. Do I have any artwork? Yeah, it's on their Fiverr. Second. That they have of Dream. I mean, for the most part, they don't care so much about that. Is my Fiverr. Their Deviant art is what I'm looking for. That people don't really care so much about the technical specifics and things. And you know what? I don't really mind. 'Cause, I mean, if you look at the art, they don't draw each individual scale. Yeah, it's Wings of Fire. Yeah, so you can see on here. This is Dream. This is Dreamkeeper. Yeah, PPAU, there it is. Okay, favorites. You just gotta have some favorite. Not Shiki. My bad. Why is it? I don't. How does DeviantArt work? Yeah, so this is Dreamkeeper. That's the shard, earring with the shard in it that we talked about earlier. These are the tattoos. You had a feeling it said moons at one point? Yeah. So, this floral pattern here. Anyway. Back to Adobe Audition. November 6th, the year 6028, 5:17 p.m.
Today's my birthday, but I'm
No, magic exists, and they wouldn't use magic for this. It's called creative license.
not as happy as I should be. It's
You're gonna
almost
speed
been
run.
a
Good
month
luck.
since Rowan's song died, and I can't get him off my mind. And my friends seem to be trying to make me feel better. I just
can't manage to truly feel happy, even with the small grin on my face. I got a bunch of gifts, but none of them actually made me feel any kind of excitement. Except for one. Lucid showed me something that Rowan Song had bought as a gift for me while I was out on my first assassination mission. And that he planned to give it to me.
Speedrun hill climb. Gosh, the game with no end. Red Ball's got some good speedruns. That they do. Fireboy Water Girl. Ooh, that would be really fun. A lot of hand-eye coordination or disc coordination, so you can do both of them at separate times. That'd be cool.
But he clearly couldn't now. When I opened it, I couldn't contain my tears. But he clearly couldn't now. When I opened it, I couldn't contain my tears.
You asked ChatGPT to make a code for a TF game. It's actually working. A Team Fortress game? A True False game?
It was the same earring that Rowan Song used to wear. The same one I'm currently wearing.
Transformers. Okay, none of the
His
options.
It seemed like he would have wanted me to match with him, regardless of life or death. It came with a note filled with kind
Click.
words.
I heard a click. I'm gonna wanna, let's see, get some empty space here.
It seemed like he would have wanted me to match with him.
Oh, it's snowing. Oh, that's awesome.
Regardless of life or death. It came with a note filled with kind words, and a set of 3 made me drop everything. I love you. Oh, how I miss him.
Oh, you're sick of the snow? It's spring? I don't know, just move to Arizona.
I
Like, never
crumpled
any
down
snow
into
here.
Lucy's arms and immediately placed the new earring on my other ear. Though this one was much cleaner and wasn't missing a shard, it still made me look a lot more mature. Fitting since
Washington has rain.
I look a lot more mature. Fitting since still made me look a lot more mature. Fitting since I've aged by a
Arizona
year.
got nothing like that.
Fitting since I've aged by a year. Overall, today was a day filled with tears, both happy and sad. Lucid and I decided to end the day by watching the sunset with the sunflower we all planted together. It was a real end the day by watching the sunset with the sunflower we all planted together.
Caps Arizon Arizon too hot for you. Gotcha. Okay. To a moment, like mistype Amazon or yeah. Yeah, I can see that you're losing the ability to spell.
It was a real tear fest, but one that'll mark me for the rest of my life.
That's not no. Oh gosh, no, it's not how you spell it. How do you? No, don't go to bed. Finish the stream with me.
Rowan Song is what got me to join the cult, but the cult is what killed Rowan Song. I don't know how to feel about that. I'm almost scared of what could happen to Lucid.
How much time? Let's see. We got one. I literally have one entry left, so yeah, it won't take much longer than you can leave.
The others to me.
Yo,
It's all
McKnight,
confusing blur of fear
welcome.
and anxiety.
Glad you could stop by.
I did end up getting the sunflower tattoo. It was Windchill's gift for me. I put it on my right wrist so that I always remember him.
Hey, thank you so much, McKnight. It means the moons to me. There, you're welcome. 3/4 of the year so far. Oh, you've been at 3/4 of the year. Nice. You're definitely one of the longest subscribers that I've got. Mochi Death 2K, I think, beat you. Why is no, come on.
I did end up getting the
If you're
sunflower
going to
tattoo.
spam something,
was
there's
Windchill's
only
gift
one
for me.
option.
I put it on my right wrist so that I'd always
There's
remember
only
him
one
promoting
option.
you. Rest in peace, Rowan Song. You deserve the moons and more.
Alright, dope. Jack up that audio a bit. Export that baby. Close this one. New audio file. Okay, entry 41.
All right, last one. Speedy, he beat you from the start, but he has not been resubbing as frequently as you are. Yeah, it took us at 13 months. Yeah, I mean, you guys found it at like the same time, I think, but you've been more consistent. Okay, what the frick? 60-28 to 60-32. When I go back and make sure the dates are all lined up, I've got to make sure that's accurate. I emphasize that. April 4th, the year 60-32, 6:13 p.m. Actually, what in the world is the vibe for this one? I gotta check. You got trained on CPR tonight? Oh. You're gonna be a lifeguard? Oh, that sounds fun. Maybe. Is it fun to you? Then I'll say it's fun. If it's not fun to you, then I won't say it's fun. Big brain time. Alright, I forgot I even had this. Long time no see, journal. How about we run this again from the top? My name is Dream Paper Lacerta, 11 years old, living on Isle Mezzo with my adoptive father, Lucid Mulberry. I think I have a lot to catch you up on, and I will. But first, let me tell you how I've been lately. It's been very stressful. My dad and I have to cover up our coat tattoos with new ones. Though, in my father's case, he just removed his, and he didn't want to walk around wearing such a disgraceful symbol on his cheek. I cover mine with floral tattoos, and I quite like it. Oh, it's 22 hours. Oh, that's $22 an hour. That's definitely fun. Okay. I've been living on Isle Mezzo for a few months now. Ah, frick, I cannot do Australian for the life of me. Ever since the cult was destroyed by the Alliance, I can't stay. We're mad. What? We can't say we're mad, because we've had a burning hatred for the cult ever since Rowan Song perished in the Great Mezzo Fire. All the leaders were killed and we were set free, as long as we didn't cause any more trouble. I suggested to my dad that we could move to Isle Mezzo, since I'd loved it there since my early hatchling days, and he obliged to my request. $5 above minimum wage. Are you kidding me? Minimum is $17 an hour in California. Oh, wow. Inflation sucks. Jeez. Yes, in fact. Scottish. Bing. Scottish. Scott. There you go. Scott. Perfect. So we moved into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians. Though I have an interview with a plant shop now, and I hope I get hired. My parents took up a job as bartender, and they seem fairly happy. I think they might have found their calling. 1720. Dang. Only 30 plus is livable. Whew! Man. I could live in California. Dang. Over the years, Lucid and I ended up doing a few more jobs, but nothing too extreme. I never killed anyone again. Not after Harrier. I was still too shaken. Since Lucid ended up losing their voice in the Great Mezzo Fire after falling and slashing their vocal cords, we ended up learning sign language together. Aw, so we communicate. Though I don't use it as much as him since he can hear me. I just learned it to understand him. Though I could communicate with deaf dragons if needed. Right now I'm trying to enter the Alliance as a trainee and get a spot as a student in the university. I've always wanted to, and Lucid seems to be encouraging me. Hopefully they'll be able to get in. Well, now that I've found you after rummaging through some boxes in my room, I think I'd like to continue writing on you. Seems like I used to love it, but I completely forgot about it after taking a break. Promise I'll try to stay consistent. 44 an hour is best. 130 plus livable, and even then you can't afford gas. $44 an hour is best. Dang. Hello, I got an activity feed popped up. I can't read that on this page. Fetch. Such awkward. Sublime Brilliance. Welcome to the stream. By chance, how did you find me? Was it through Discord? Through Twitch, just browsing around? What brings you here, fellow stranger? Oh, fetch, and get back to recording. Just gonna wait for them to respond real quick. Assuming they respond. I mean, the only reason people follow me is so they can talk in my chat after all. Yes, they might be. They're quite shy. 2K, did you just assume their gender? That's sacrilegious coming from you. For shame. Oh, hilarious. Oh. It's shy. Now you sound like they're. Now you make it sound like they're a robot. Anyway, let's get back to this. Hi, welcome back, Roran. All right, April 4th, 2032, 6:13 p.m. No, I can never be happy unless you give me money, 2K. No, I'm kidding. Don't actually give me money. Okay, so they're 4 years older. I want to make the voice different and slightly emphasize that, but... Hi, I'm Dreamkeeper Lacerta. That's been kind of my usual voice for this. I've been trying to stay in this range. So if I want to age up the voice a little bit, I can open it up a little. Still want to keep a slightly higher pitch to help distinguish it from my normal voice, which is a bit lower pitched. But if this is Dreamkeeper at 7, I can make this Dreamkeeper at 11. Yeah, that'll work. I forgot I even had this. Long time no see, journal. How about we run this again from the top? My name is Dreamkeeper Lacerta, 11 years old, living on Isle Meza with my adoptive father, Lucid Mulberry. I think I have a lot to catch you up on, and I will. But first, let me tell you how I've been lately. It's been very stressful. My dad and I have had to cover up our cult tattoos with new ones. Though, in my father's case, he just removed his since he didn't want to walk around wearing such a disgraceful symbol on his cheek. I covered mine with floral tattoos, and I quite like it. We've been living on Isle Meza for a few months now, ever since the cult was destroyed by the Alliance. We can't say we're mad, because we've had a burning hatred for the cult ever since Ronsong perished in the Great Mezzo Fire. All the leaders were killed, and we were set free, as long as we didn't cause any more trouble. I suggested to my dad that we could move to Isle Mezzo since I'd loved it there since my early hatchling days, and he obliged to my request. So, we moved into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians, though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired. So, we moved into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians, though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired. Though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired. My parent took up a job as a bartender, and they seem fairly happy. I think they might have found their calling. Over the years, Lucid and I ended up doing a few more jobs, but nothing too extreme. I never killed anyone again, not after Harrier. I was still too shaken. Since Lucid ended up losing their voice in the Great Mezzo Fire after falling and slashing their vocal cords, we ended up learning sign language together. It's how we communicate, though I don't use it as much as him since he can hear me. I just learned it to understand him, though I could communicate with Death Drag. I just learned it to understand him, though I could communicate with Death Dragons if needed. Right now, I'm trying to enter the Alliance as a trainee and get a spot as a student in the university I've always wanted. Fetch. Right now, I'm trying to enter the Alliance as a trainee and get a spot as a student in the university. I've always wanted to, and Lucid seems to be encouraging me. Hopefully I'll be able to get in. Well, now that I've found you after rummaging through some boxes in my room, I think I'd like to continue writing in you. It seems like I used to love it, but I completely forgot about it after taking a break. I promise I'll try to stay consistent. Whew! Alright, what happened in chat? Where in the WAF world is this? Oh, okay, so this is far into the future. Have you heard of PPAU? It's a big WAF role-playing Discord. And you have not. Okay, so it's a large-scale Wings of Fire role-playing Discord where you have to actually apply to enter, and this is the background for a friend's entry. No, my voice acting is not at all part of it. I'm just doing this for fun, as I very much enjoy this project of theirs. Okay, so we're almost done. 613. Jack the gain up a little bit. April 4th, the year 6032, 6:13 p.m. Wow. That was quite loud. PM. I forgot I even had this. Long time no see, journal. How about we run this again from the top? Holy crap, I sound so prim and proper, I didn't even realize that.
My name is Dreamkeeper Lacerta, 11 years old, living...
How is time and years counted? Oh, it's in Scorching. It's years since the Scorching. I think the WAF books that we know are at around 5,000. And Darkstalker happened around 3,000. So this would be another 1,000 years after the series.
On Isle Meza with my adoptive father, Lucid Mulberry.
Otherwise, Tui just used the same timescale as Real World. Although, if you look carefully, you will never see anything related to a week. A drink! Thank you, 2K.
I much appreciate it. However, I'm also now out of water, so... If you could restrain yourself so I don't have to run an ad break for literally nobody.
Book 3. No. I'm referencing, they never mention a week. They mention days, like, oh, in 7 days' time, or a fortnight. But they never mention week. Or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They don't have those. Which is quite fascinating. And I'm honestly quite impressed with Tui, because I have never heard that error happen. Oh, there's plenty been other of inconsistencies, but never that one.
Living on Isle Meza with my adoptive father, Lucid Mulberry. I think I have a lot to catch you up on, and I will. But first, let me tell you how I've been lately. It's been...
As someone who is writing your own book in a fantasy land, screw that.
But first, let me tell you how I've been lately.
As in, like, where in the geographical heck is this taking place? I have no idea. Okay, so a lot of this happened in the Nightwing Kingdom and then the Sandwing Kingdom. However, I don't know if that is the old Nightwing Kingdom or the new one in the Rainforest. I also don't know where Isle Mezzo is, so... It's on Mars. Yes, they have transported to our solar system.
How I've been lately. It's been very stressful. My dad and I have had to cover up our cult tattoos with new ones. Though, in my father's case, he just removed his since he didn't want to walk around wearing such a disgraceful symbol on his cheek.
It's a very loud breath. It does not fit at all with the
such
story.
a disgraceful symbol on his cheek. I covered mine with floral
Yo,
tattoos,
welcome,
and
Speedy.
I
How are
quite
you
like it.
doing?
We've been living on Isle Mezzo for a few months now, ever since the cult was destroyed by the Alliance. We can't say we're mad because...
Okay, I gotta know, Speedy. Do you happen to have Prime right now? If you do, could you subscribe? Because I've got a bet going with. Thank you, Roran, for catching that. I've got a bet going with McKnight, because you guys started subbing at around the same time. If anything, you might have been before him. So he wants to know who's been keeping up with it a bit faster. Let's see. What's McKnight at? He has subbed for 9 months. What are you at? How do you do that on mobile? Fetch. You'd have to go to, like, as if you were actually watching the stream. There should be a subscribe button somewhere. I know I've done it before. I've done it before. Right now I'm using my mobile phone as the method of reading chat because I've got Adobe Audition on my second monitor and the book on the main monitor. Okay, so I pulled it up on here so now I can back out of here. How do I view this from a plebeian's perspective? Okay. So yes, I called mobile phone users plebeians. Deal with it. Oh gosh, where's it was really. Oh, I bet it's because I'm. Oh gosh, I have to sign out of the Twitch in my phone in order to see this, don't I? I do, don't I? Because otherwise, I there's no subscribe button. There's gift buttons, but no subscribes. Okay, well, I'll just put that back up so I can get back to Adobe Audition. I keep cutting out. Oof, you must have a pretty bad connection right now, then. Mr. Dot Streamer. Okay.
We've had a burning hatred for the cult ever since Ronsong perished in the Great Mezzo Fire. All the leaders were
So what
killed
happens when you're
and
on
we were set
mobile?
free, as
Aha,
long as we
got
didn't cause
wrecked.
any more trouble. In the Great Mezzo Fire. All the leaders were killed and we were set free, as long as we didn't cause any more trouble. I suggested to my dad that we could move to Isle Mezzo since I'd loved it there since my early hatchling days, and he obliged to my request.
Oh yeah, no, I
So,
read it. I just didn't read
We
it out
moved
loud.
into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians. Though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired.
Okay, I read this line a couple times.
So, we moved into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians. Though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired. Though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired.
Okay, I like the last delivery the best. So what's the first line?
All the leaders were killed, and we were
Nope,
set
not
free,
this one.
as long as we didn't cause any more trouble. I suggested to my dad that we could move to Isle Mezzo since I'd loved it there since my early hatchling days, and he obliged to my request. So, we moved into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians. Though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired.
Hey, you found it. What'd you find? Oh, the sub button?
Request.
Go for it.
So, we moved into Mezzo
It's a bit loud. Let's drop that down a decibel.
to my request.
How did you get E mod? Like there's oh, I guess 3 is next to 3 is next to E. How did you get
So, we moved into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians. Though I have an interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired. Though, into Mezzo Town, where we live as humble civilians.
Oh, 3 months. Okay, I thought it was come on. Okay, that makes more sense. To subscribe, you go to the gifting subs page. All right, Speedy, are you gonna keep explaining this, or are you gonna
As
just
humble
subscribe? Come on,
civilians.
come on.
Though I have an interview.
Gotta see where this bet goes.
Though I have an.
You did, lol. Oh, come on. You gotta. Right, mobile's. Yeah, no, you have. There's. Once you're back in chat, it lets you have to tell the streamer or whatever. Once that pops up, you can get the shout out you needed. You don't remember what your Steam password is? Oh, that's not good.
Interview at a plant shop soon, and I hope I get hired. My parent took up a job as a bartender, and they seem fairly happy. I think they might have found their calling.
Yeah, you can tell I'm starting to get dehydrated over here in this, because you can start hearing more mouth sounds.
I think they might have found their calling.
At least I can hear it.
I think they might have found their calling. Hopefully,
Oh yeah, I see your proof there. I appreciate you 2K, but I think everybody watching the stream now is a subscriber. I'm not running an ad break, and we're back to end stream. I'm not gonna grab more water.
years, Lucid and I ended up doing a few more jobs, but nothing too extreme. I never killed anyone again, not after Harrier. I was still too shaken. Since Lucid
Fine. You want me to get water? Frick. Okay.
Kai, Kai, Caiaphas came here, only Imperium. 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 Kai, Kai, Caiaphas came here, only Imperium.
Alright, I have returned. I see McKnight has has acquired an effective use of their points as they slap me. But I wasn't here to get slapped, so get wrecked!
I never killed anyone again, not after Harrier. I was still too shaken. Since Lucid ended up losing their voice in the Great Mesofire after falling and slashing their vocal
I done stole your emoji? Oh, the A. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I totally stole that one.
cords, we ended up learning sign language together. It's how we communicate. Though I don't use it as much as him since he can hear me.
Yeah, I figured it
I
out.
just learned it to understand him. Though I could communicate with Death Dragon.
Now the question is it your emoji? Did you Photoshop that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. The answer is no, you did not.
I just learned it to understand him. Though I could communicate with Death Dragons if needed. Right now, I'm trying to enter the Alliance as a trainee and get a spot as a student in the university. and
Yeah,
I've
so I
always-
stole it from the criminal.
Ah,
Fetch.
fetch.
Not making any crimes there.
Right now, I'm trying to enter the Alliance as a trainee and get a spot as a student in the university. I've always wanted to, and Lucid seems to be encouraging me. Hopefully I'll be able to get in. Well, now that I found you after rummaging through some boxes in my room, I think I'd like to continue writing.
Have
with
a
you.
great night,
It
McKnight.
seems like I used to love it, but I completely forgot about
I
it
will
after
see
taking a
you
break.
later.
I promise I'll try to stay
Here, let's
consistent.
go. All right, there we go. This book is almost done. This journal entry. All I have to do now is to when I gotta go and compile all my audio files for the journal entries, and then make sure I'm reading all of the journal entry headings properly. So, but it is starting to get late. How long have I been streaming for? An hour and a half. You know, I could probably go further, but nah, you guys want to head out. I'm not going to keep you any longer. So, thank you guys for stopping by. Starting to? Oh, it's starting to get late. Yeah, okay. 11 o'clock? It's only starting to get late. This is to go even further beyond. Alright. Ah, fetch. I just closed my bottle. Midnight. Go another hour. Well, I'd rather not. I know, because I have to do all of the journal entry titles in one session, or it kind of defeats the whole purpose. And I planned on doing that all. Here's the cover, by the way. You know, I've got a bit more work to do before I can say this is done. Definitely more than an hour's work. But maybe you guys can catch me next stream. Well, have a great night, 2K. Sleep well. Don't die. And go fight a dragon. Do I want to go for another hour? You two try not to. Nah, I'll call it here. I don't want to go for another hour. So, thank you everybody for stopping by. That did. Yeah, but I've got a long day tomorrow, okay? I'm going to be spending the entire morning sewing, helping people sew. And then mechanic tree? No, wait.
mechanic stuff. So, yeah. Have a great night, everybody. I will see you all in the Discord.
Yeah, I will be Slight Grease Monkey tomorrow. Sound alert. What? Huh? 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 Alright, well, one second. I can do this manually. No, 2K, wait. Oh, it says it's cute. Why is sound alerts not functioning? Ha. Ha. Ha.
Why isn't it playing anymore?
McKnight Slaps must have broken it. McKnight slapped me so hard he broke the sound alerts. Alright. Again, for the 5th or 6th time, I salute you guys. Have a good night.